Hello and welcome back to another video on the Wrestlers Bay and to Clash of the Castle out of 10, WWE's first stadium show in the UK in like 30 years, and yeah, so hyped for it, massive show. I'm just so hyped, we're just going to get straight into it. On the kickoff show we saw Theory and the Alpha Academy taking on the Street Profits and Madcap Moss with the babyfaces picking up the win. Not going to go into depth too much about it, but just a good way to please the crowd before this show kicked off. But then it was time for our first match, Damage Control versus Alexa Bliss, Oscar and Bianca Belair. Belair and Bayley were about to start the match, but both superstars took cheap shots at each other's teammate. The match resumed and Damage Control isolated the women's champ on the outside, taking her out. Belair, Bliss and Oscar triple K-plex on Bayley, Sky and Kai before the heels retreated. EO then was tagged in and forced Bliss, who slapped her in the face before stomping on her. Oscar came in and hit a drag drop kick, but was taken out with a tap rope from Sky. Kai then took Oscar Alexa out with a drop kick from the outside, and Bliss took Bayley down with a dive from the apron. Belair then tagged in and hit a spine buster on Bayley before getting a near fall off the standing moonsault. Dakota was tossed outside with Sky before Alexa and Bliss stood on Belair's back to deliver an assisted suplex on Bayley. The EST then hit a standing forward waist slam on Kai, followed by a powerbomb. Kai then got the scorpion kick on Oscar before Belair was isolated by Damage Control. Bayley came in with a roast plant and EA Sky got a moonsault before the Raw Model got the pin for her team, pinning the Raw Women's Champion. And yeah, this is exactly what it needs to be. Gets a 7 out of 10 for me. I think it all went the way we all expected. First page reaction between 6 of the best women on the roster, and Bayley pinning Belair to set up that match as well. So yeah, do exactly what it needs to be. Really good fun match to kick off the show. 7 out of 10. It was then time for Gunter versus Sheamus. Giovanni Vinci from NXT joined with Ludwig Kaiser to reform Imperium with their leader Gunter before the start of the show, and I'm so happy about that. Vinci, he had a decent character in NXT, but yeah, he just deserves being Imperium in the main roster, and so glad that's finally come to fruition now and without going future weeks. But anyway, on to the match. The Brawling Brutes and Imperium were in the ring, and the Butch and Holland, Vinci and Kaiser started the brawl as a champion challenger remained on its side. The bell was rung after the two teams were done beating each other, and the match began as both men landing heavy blows. Sheamus then got seatbacks, but we missed the shots on the apron. Gunter then took a dropkick before knocking the Celtic Warrior off the ropes with a chop. The two traded strikes, and the ring general managed to take Sheamus down before locking the Boston Crab. The match went outside, and Sheamus was sent over the announce desk before the Celtic Warrior reversed a big move and got his trademark chops on the announce desk, then on the apron and finally on the barricades outside. The two were destroying each other in the ring before Sheamus got a near fall off a running knee. Gunter then got a near fall off a powerbomb before the Celtic Warrior almost got the bro kick but missed. Gunter then hit another powerbomb for a near fall before getting a pin off a lariat, and this gets an 8 out of 10 from me. Yeah, from the Imperium stuff at the beginning to the match itself, it was just absolutely perfect. 8 out of 10. I think people were worried about maybe overrated this match, but it wasn't at all. Just chops and everything like that. Chef's kiss, just absolutely wonderful. Gunter retained the right decision, and just love these two in the ring together. More of it, more of the same, please. Liv Morgan then took on Shayna Baszler for the women's title. Morgan started strong, got some big moves before hitting a big dropkick on the apron, but Baszler powered through and locked in an elbow shot. The champion then got out of it, but was knocked down again by Baszler. He followed out with a German suplex for a near fall. Morgan then got a top rope dropkick before unloading on Baszler and getting a near fall of her own. The champ was barely able to lift their left arm and took a big move from Baszler, but managed to kick out. Liv then got a triangle lock and transitioned into the armbar, but the submission magician reversed it into a finisher. Morgan then got a rope assisted powerbomb, but the challenger refused to pin the Karafuta clutch. The champion later tried to reverse the armbar, but it was denied. Baszler took the codebreaker and the oblivion before getting the pin. And yeah, this gets a 6 out of 10 from me. I don't know, it's just kind of hard to finish that Gunter and Sheamus match. I'm just not really into Liv Morgan's title reign as well. So, I personally would have put the belt on Shayna Baszler as well. I thought maybe we get maybe an appearance from Ronda and Charlotte at the end. Either or really. So yeah, I don't know, maybe I was just slightly underwhelmed from that, but the match wasn't bad at all, really, so I'll give it a 6 out of 10. It was then time for Edge and Rey Mysterio versus the Judgment Day. Edge came out in a luchador mask and the match kicked off with Rey and Balor in the ring. Finn started off strong, but Rey managed to send him into the corner before tags were made. Edge sent Priest outside before tossing Rey over the ropes, taking out both members of the Judgment Day. Back in the ring, Rey was caught with a headlock by Priest, who let go and then spat on Edge in the corner. The Master of 619 was about to hit a big move off the 619. And Damien tried to stop him, but went crotch first into the barricades instead. Back in the ring, Edge trapped in and hit the execution on Balor. Art-driven for me then failed to run the distraction before Edge hit 619 on Balor. Mysterio got the splash, but Priest broke the pin. Edge then speared Damien out the ring apron before Dominic got involved, but was taken out by Rhea Ripley. Ray then hit a dive on Ripley, who was about to send Dominic into the barricades. Back in the ring, an interference from Dom allowed Ray to get the 619 on Balor before Edge came in with a spear and picked up the W, and everything seemed pretty handy after that. But after the match, Dominic got a low blow on Edge, taking him out. Ray then tried to reason with him, but Dom hit his father with a lariat as the Judgment Day burst out laughing. Dominic walked out silently as the heels kept giggling. Ray recovered and apologised to Edge, but the Hall of Famer pulled him into a hug instead. And yeah, I mean, like, it's been rude about it for so long, I'm expecting it to come at some point, and yeah, it finally happened. It's so weird, I can't wait to see where it's going to go. But yeah, you know, crazy ending to a really fun match as well. So on the whole, this gets an 8 out of 10. And yeah, like I say, Dominic as a heel now, it's going to be such an interesting dynamic, and I really can't wait to see where it goes. 8 out of 10 from me. Next up was Riddle versus Seth Rollins. Riddle unloaded on Rollins off the bat, and the match went outside where the Visionary hit a huge powerbomb on the barricades. Rollins slammed him into the access before hitting a Falcon Arrow in the ring for a near fall. Rollins then hit a double stomp on the chest, but Riddle in the corner before getting a suplex, but Riddle reversed the following suplex. The original bro then got a quick knee strike and a super kick before hitting a floating bro to the outside. Riddle countered the pedigree into the bro to sleep before getting a triangle lock in. Rollins powered out of the hold and hit the bro direct for getting a near fall. The former Raw Tag Champ then dodged the splash but took a pedigree for a 2 count. Rollins taunted Riddle and called him a loser before the original bro laid on Rollins. The Visionary managed to hit the draping DDT, teasing Riddle further before setting up for the RKO. Riddle then took him down and beat the living snot out of Rollins before getting a chair. Riddle missed the chair as they got back to the ring and Rollins hit a stomp. The Visionary then followed it up with another stomp in the middle of the ring before getting the pinfall victory. And yeah, this gets an 8 out of 10 for me. Another really great match between two of the best wrestlers on the roster. And you know, lots of near falls to buy on there. These two great storytellers as well. But yeah, just in terms of the match itself, like it's absolutely banging. Yeah, it felt like Rollins did need a big win here because he seems to lose a lot in big pay-per-view matches. So yeah, good stuff. Shame Riddle couldn't get the win, but you know, I'm pleased for Seth here. It was then main event time as Roman took on Drew McIntyre for the Universal title. Roman was nervous at the beginning and kept his distance, not allowing McIntyre any opportunity to hit big moves early on. The Scottish Warrior then sent the head of the table over the ropes with a lariat before sending him crashing into the steel steps. Cross and Scarlett were then in the front row and Cross distracted McIntyre on the outside, letting Reigns get some big moves in. The Tribal Chief was dominating in the ring, but McIntyre kept kicking out every beatdown. Reigns then got on the mic mid-match and demanded the crowd acknowledge him. The Scottish Warrior used this as a distraction and hit a Glasgow Cliff before getting that breaker. McIntyre was then ready for the Claymore, but Reigns fled the ring. The challenger then got another near fall for Spinebuster before getting a future shock DDT. Roman countered the Claymore with a Superman punch before getting a spear for 2 near falls. The match went back outside before McIntyre speared him through the barricades. Back in the ring, the Scottish Warrior hit Claymore and took out the ref in the process. Looking at the advantage, Austin Theory came out to cash in. Theory failed to cash in his contract as he was knocked out by Tyson Fury, who was in the crowd, which was just a brilliant moment. Back in the ring, Reigns tried to use a steel chair, but McIntyre got another Claymore for a 2 count. The two unloaded on each other in the ring before Drew got a spear and a Claymore before Solo Sikoa from NXT, of course the older brothers of the Uso, part of the bloodline now, dragged the referee out to break the count. Reigns came with a spear and picked up the win off the distraction. After the match, Tyson Fury got in the ring with Reigns and shook his hand. The Tribal Chief then walked out with the newest member of the bloodline, Solo Sikoa, as Fury helped McIntyre to his feet. Fury started singing American Pie by Don McLean with Drew McIntyre, followed by Don't Look Back in Anger by Oasis before Clash in the Castle went off the air. And yeah, that was a very weird ending. I don't know what that was about. I get the show home happy, but yeah, Drew McIntyre just lost a massive title match, basically being screwed out of it, and he's reacting like that. Yeah, that was a bit funny. I didn't get that, so maybe that just brings the overall rating slightly down. The Tyson Fury and Reigns thing, respect, that was alright. But yeah, just in terms of the match itself, so many near falls to bite on, so close. Absolutely love the Tyson Fury bit with Austin Theory. That was just so good. But yeah, the match itself absolutely banged. So many near falls that I bit on. Solo Sikoa coming in. Did not see that coming at all. I knew that maybe he come up in the main roster, but getting this spot, say it straight away, yeah, I mean, like, he's just going to be another beast to add the bloodline up even more. And yeah, I've been a massive fan of him in NXT, so can't wait to see what he can do in the bloodline. That was just great stuff. In terms of the match itself, like I say, just absolute banger. And I'm happy Reigns retained. Maybe McIntyre could have taken one of the titles, but Reigns retaining, keeping on this monster streak going. I don't think anyone's really going to be complaining at that. Great stuff. Overall, Clash of the Castle gets an 8 out of 10 from me. Yeah, what a brilliant show. So many banging matches on there. Shock, returns, debuts, heel turns. Banging matches. Like I say, this show just had everything. Brilliant show. More stadium shows in the UK, please. What a brilliant night of wrestling. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thanks very much for watching. To like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to comment, tab, and follow us for daily wrestling news. Subscribe to my channel on the screen. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.